A very good afternoon. A very good afternoon and warm welcome to all the personalities and film lovers and all the delegates, film festivals present here in this occasion. I am the group Anthavi Singh on behalf of IFFI 59. I would like to welcome all the distinguished guests sitting here with us. Or at first, I would like to highlight something about Manipur cinema. This is the first time that the IFFI is augmented with a particular section, which is 50 celebration of 50 years of Manipuri cinema. This is for the first time there's such felicitation and recognition is being held. For it is a proud moment for the Manipuri film industry and the Manipuri people to have such kind of huge background audience and platform for them. We have with us the eminent personalities, the actors and directors of Manipuri cinema. The first Manipuri cinema was released on 9th of April 1972 with the name of Matamgi Manipur, directed by Mr. Bose, directed by Dev Kumar Bose. And since then, every year, the 9th of April is being celebrated as Mami Numit, as implied to the birth of Manipuri cinema in all over the state. So this is a huge moment for Manipuri cinema and the film industry to get such an international recognition in the IFFI. So we have, not to get too much further on that, we have with us the Secretary of Manipur State Film Development Society, Mr. Sunzu Bachaspatimayum. We have with us Mr. L. Surjakanta Sharma, Chairperson Film Forum Manipur. We have with us the grandson of Mr. S.N. Chance Jati. He is the director of first Manipuri film, the Brojendragi Luhongba. He is considered as the father of Manipuri film. So he's standing at the left side. He is the youngest grandson of the Manipuri film. And we have with us one of the youngest directors of this from this film package. We have Mr. Director Ashok Velu, the director of the movie Look at the Sky. We again have with us the creative producer and actor of the movie Look at the Sky, Mr. Alexander Leo Pao. So before we come forward with this press conference, we call it as an IFFI talk, I would like to explain a bit about what is this package is all about. For the first time, we have this, IFFI is organized with this package to celebrate the 50 Golden Jubilee of Manipuri cinema. They have curated a package under Manipur State Film Development Society. We have 5 feature and 5 non-feature films in that. So I would like to play some posters of that movie one by one to get a glimpse and a sense of what the movie is all about and to feel the authentic sense of what the Manipuri film and what they deal with. So can we play the poster, please? The first film we have in the non-feature category is ISHANOU, directed by Aribam Sham Sharma, and which is the opening film of the first feature film in the non-feature category. Second, we have the film Matamgi Manipur, director Dev Kumar Bose.
But this is the different Loktak Lairambi.
This is the Loktak Lairambi. And the second one is, can we play the poster? This is Fizigi Manipur, directed by Mr. Oinam Gautam.
Next.
And this is Brojindagi Luhongba, directed by S.N. Chance Jati. And next, please. This is Matamgi Manipur, the feature film directed by Dev Kumar Bose. This is the 5 movies we have in the feature section. Can we go to the non-feature section, please? In the non-feature section, first we have is the movie Ilisamagi Mahau, which is a very, very famous and recognized movie in Manipur. This deals with the story of a poor father and a family who I don't want to spoil the by giving all the information regarding this movie. The second we have is Look at the Sky. We have the director with us. directed by Ashok Velu. The third is we have the movie The Silent Poet, directed by Mr. Borun Thokcham. And the next piece, the fourth one we have is RATAN, The Man of Theatre, directed by Mr. Oken, Amakcham. And the fifth, last and not least, The Tainted Minor, directed by Mr. Romi Mite. So without going further ado, I would like to request Mr. Sunzu Bachaspatimayum to say some few words on this occasion, what he's feeling about this such kind of recognition that Manipuri cinema is getting in this international platform. Sir, please.
Thank you. Thank you to the Ministry of INB, thank you to IFFI, thank you to National Film Development Corporation, and thank you to PIB to have us here in this conference and talk to the media. We're grateful that the Ministry has duly recognized Manipuri cinema, which is 50 years old. In fact, we have been celebrating the 50 years celebration, the Golden Jubilee celebration, 1 year ahead of the Golden Jubilee. That is 2001. From 9th April to 2021, we have been celebrating. And the Ministry, INB, through the Directorate of Film Festival, has been assisting us in terms of package, Indian cinema package, and also financially supporting us. And so this 1 year relationship with the Manipuri cinema and Director of Film Festival, Ministry of INB, has culminated into making one of our biggest cherished dream to have Manipuri cinema feature in the prestigious International Film Festival of India. And Pantabi has already said we have 10 film package, 5 features and 5 non-features. So it's very proud moment because not only in India that Manipuri cinema will be known, if it's not known already, so it will be known throughout the world, and we are extremely grateful to the Ministry for recognizing us and for honoring us. And that being said, I think that answers your question.
That explains the level of happiness and the excitement the Manipuri Film Forum has coming down to this IFFI.
Yes.
Now I would like to request Mr. L. Surjakanta Sharma sir, the Chairperson Film Forum Manipur, to say some few words regarding this grand celebration and the platform of IFFI.
Good evening, everybody, friends. As I am speaking in Manipuri, Sunzu will translate. Manipuri cinema na IFFI da sumba platform ama pangdana special package da 10 films, future 5 films, documentary 5 films. See, Ministry of Information na akoy da aya PB ba Directorate Film Festival na yamna communicate to biraga sumbagi platform ama 50 years of Manipur cinema da akoy na join to pangsa. We are very lucky.
The Pantabi, you can also translate.
Yes, sir has just expressed his happiness over getting this platform to get recognition and felicitation in such IFFI International Film Festival platform, because the Manipuri Cinema and the Film Forum is very happy and very lucky to get such platform, and they will keep on doing this good work. And the story in each Manipur film is unique in its own sense. So sir is extending his heartfelt thanks and happiness to all the delegates of IFFI 59. So without further ado, I would like to keep this forum open for the press, for the media people to ask any questions regarding the celebration of Golden Jubilee of Manipuri Cinema, if they have any questions.
Which one is the first Manipuri film? There is any controversy about it?
Yes, I will answer your question. Actually, Manipur attempted to make its first feature film way back in 1948. It's a strong, very popular theater called Mainu Pemcha. But this film we attempted to make in Hindi language because of considering the commercial aspect of making cinema in Hindi language or in Manipuri. So we thought, the makers of Mainu Pemja thought making it in Hindi will be commercially beneficial, and they made this, they attempted this, but it was not successful because they went into bankruptcy and the film could not be complete despite shooting 8 reels. So the attempt stopped in 1948, and then that time Manipur had a very strong grounding in theater, and people wanted to experiment with this new medium, and this new medium that has caught the attention of the entire country. Manipur was no different. We wanted to experiment with cinema, and we wanted, because we already had a strong theater background, but we were very apprehensive because in the first attempt we failed. So we didn't want that the second attempt to fail. If it had failed, we would have not attempted at all also, who knows. So in 1971, Mr. S.N. Chan, Sapam Nodia Chan, Sajati. Sajati is a title he liked. He kind of adopted this title, but his name is Sapam Nodia Chan. He was at the time working for All India Radio as a Hindi announcer. He had training in Hindustani music, and he was a lover of art and culture. So he used to kind of be part of the film society movement. So he used to watch these movies, and he used to visit Bombay and Calcutta and see film shootings done there. So he was definitely sure that he wanted to make the first Manipuri cinema. So that time his family was a business family, but no, not very rich, but not very poor. So he quit his job. That time you could not make a film if you are working for a government office. So he quit his job to make this first film, Brojendra Guluhongba. He picked up this story. This was only about 700 word story, and he translated this story. He adapted this story into a screenplay. He wrote himself. He directed this movie. He was the actor of this story, and he produced it. And he gave the music, and he sang also the playback. He was one of the playback singer. But when he was about to complete this film, because he kind of was looking for finances, and he met up with one of the business tycoon who was related to him. His name is Karam Amumacha, Karam Manimohan also is called. So he's a business tycoon, and this fellow, he is a guy who wanted to be the first in everything. He wanted to be the first, most powerful or most successful businessman, or he wanted to be the first tycoon in timber trade, or now he wanted to be the first person to produce a feature film. He had all the money. So S.N. Chan pitched to come on board to be a financier of this film, a co-producer, but he said, you go make your own, and I'll go make a Manipur film. And incidentally, he had more money. He put up a team, and he produced this Matamgi Manipur. So Matamgi Manipur was directed by a Bengali film director, Dev Kumar Bose. So it became the first feature film of Manipur, the first Manipuri feature film, censored and released on 9 April. But then, if you look at India's history, the father of Indian cinema is Dada Saheb Phalke, and before that there's another cinema which was produced, Pudin, I think the name was, but it was not. It was made by a non-Indian, so it was not recognized as the first Indian film. Raja Harishchandra was recognized as the first Indian film, and Dada Saheb Phalke is acknowledged as the father of Indian cinema. Like that, even though Matamgi Manipur was the first Manipuri feature film released officially and enjoyed box office hit, Brojendra Guluhongba, which was released maybe 6 months after after Matingu Manipur, became the first film by a Manipuri film director. So that makes him, makes S.N. Chan the father of Manipuri cinema. And S.N. Chan is no more now, so to present his film, we thought it's a fitting tribute to bring his grandson, Mr. Rajib Sapam Rajit, to present his grandfather's film. So there is no controversy. We understand the first Manipuri feature film release is Matamgi Manipur, and the first film by a Manipuri film director is Brojan Rugilohongba. I think that answers your question quite clearly.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. I hope that answers everything. Moving forward, I would like to make a small move by asking the reaction of Mr. Ashok Velu, the youngest director from this package, from the film Look at the Sky. I want to know about his reactions by included in this 10 package of movies and being the youngest director of the film. So your film deals with a very strong topic of right to vote, and to right to have your right to have your own choice of selecting your own representative in a constitution. So would you like to say something on that, sir?
Hello, good evening, everyone. To be youngest is always lucky, right? Because everyone take care of the youngest one, and it's and thank you IFFI for celebrating together with Manipur Golden Manipur Cinema. And coming back to my film. The film is a very personal story, actually. The story is based on my father, who is outcast by the village for not supporting the village candidate in the election. He stands for his individual rights. And I grew up in such a way that election is very bad in my village, particularly in my village. When I was very small, like at the age when I was class 5, we are minority during that time. So you know what, because if something happened to our village, you have to run to another village to report that, so that they can come and help us. Because this election is always disturbing. So I thought, why not I made a film about election, and it is still prevalent. It is still prevalent. So that is how I developed my idea. And in my film, all are non-professional actors. Yeah. Thank you.
That is so nice to know, sir.
Just to supplement, Ashok is one of the first tribal filmmaker who has graduated from Satyajit Ray Film and Television Institute, Kolkata, and his brother, Alex Leopold, who is the creative producer. He is also a graduate from that same institute, and he did his course in producer's course. And Alex is very much part of cinema, and he's also working for National Film Development Corporation, and he's handling film felicitation in India. So Alex would like to say something about this film, and also about in Manipuri cinema in today's context.
Oh, what to begin? I get goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps. Thank you, NFDC. Thank you, IFFI. Thank you, PABA, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. To have the writers, directors, the actors, to be able to present, to make the Manipuri film present in IFFI. Thank you so much. Our Manipur film, as elsewhere, is a window to our culture, to our political, to our economy, and our exotic way of life. And it continues to be that. And I can so proudly say in this stage today, if you look at the documentary film festivals across the length and breadth of this great nation, you will always have the Manipuri documentary filmmakers winning an award. And that speaks a volume to the creativity that exists in the far-flung northeast of India. Not only documentaries, I feel if you take in recent feature films like the Loktak Laigrambi, directed by our renowned Pavan Hogan Kumar. It has not only been recognized in this country, but it is been recognized across the world for its sensitivity in portraying the way of our life. And thank you, moderator, for lifting up this question. And I feel in the coming years, the writers, the directors, the producers of this sensitive state of Manipur will continue to make films that speaks beyond the frame, beyond the sound of the screen. Thank you.
I'd like to add that Alex is one of the actors of Look in the Sky, and he is also the creative producer of that film, of his brother's film.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an enlightening and beautiful narration of what the Manipuri film is about and how excited we are. I would like to ask the members of press to have any, do they have any questions, and to make it more interacting, and yes, you.
Good evening, sir. So, first of all, of course, congratulations on completing 5 decades of Manipur film industry. So, my question is not like directed towards anyone specific. Anyone shall answer. I wanted to ask, in the last 4 years, of course, Indian films, for the consumers of Indian films have seen quite exposure towards the OTT platforms, toward the digital platforms for watching films that are specially produced in indie spaces, the regional cinema as we call it. So now that Manipur film industry is heading in a new direction after 5 decades, is there a vision among you, or both veteran professionals and the young ones, to use that OTT structure and get the movies towards a new mass appeal towards the young audience? Because the audience is also now willing to experiment with the independent films, with the films which are not in Hindi language or not in any one specific language. So do you have any comment on that?
Yeah, Alex can supplement. I will take that question. So we are already doing it. Manipuri cinema is already doing it. Our films are on Netflix as well as movie, and in fact, our own Manipuri cinema industry, which is low budget filmmaking industry, because Manipuri speaking audience is very small. We have our own OTT platforms. Maybe you won't have heard, but there are local OTT platforms that we are using to release films, because you'll be surprised to know that cinema halls who were once very happening place, and as a child, even talking about myself, we used to, like when we were small, we used to wonder, like one day I would like to become a manager of a cinema hall, because you get to watch movies and there are so many crowd and things like that. But sadly, all cinema halls have shut down, and licensed, there are no licensed cinema hall in Manipur, although some are still screening without license. They are about 20. But fortunately, after the Golden Jubilee celebration, because we have this celebration, we have shown Indian films, international films, and regional films throughout the year. I'm happy to say that as of now, just recently in this month, we have inaugurated 2 PBR theaters, about 200 seaters. So things are looking up. We are not leaving out OTT platforms. We are exploring that platforms locally as well as internationally, and that is how we are actually doing business, because we have no other platforms to show our films as of now. Hopefully things will look up. More cinema halls will come, and yeah. Alex, you would like to add something?
Yes, our filmmakers. So I repeat. Today, our filmmakers are sensitive to the environment of this. Not only in India, we are aware around what the technology is in today. It is also my privilege and honor to share with you that the films from our region is also making it to Netflix. And if you just now type it into Loktak Lairambe, you will say that it is in Netflix. I think we are heading towards a great future because our young filmmakers are aware of it. Yeah.
So many congratulations for that. Does anyone has one question?
Good evening and welcome all of you to IFFI. My question is, I have seen the first non-feature film yesterday on RATAN, THIYAM and the rich theatrical traditions in Manipur. I want to ask you how many, if any such plays have been adopted into feature films, or if you're working towards that in the future? Because given that you have such rich history of theatre and plays in Manipur, how much of that are you looking to adapt into feature films?
You mean the theaters, the theater productions into film? And in fact, I'm happy that you asked this question because the first film, the Amakcham Manipur, was a very popular theater play. It was called THIYAM, and in the film it's called Amakcham Manipur. So we have started from theater, and our first film is adaptation of popular theater play. And even Mainu Premcha, the first attempted feature film was a popular theater play that we tried to adopt, but failed. So hopefully, this Mainu Premcha will also be adapted into a successful cinema, and we will keep adopting if it's if any producers or any filmmakers feel that a play is fit for adaptation into cinema. I think there's no stopping to that.
Is there any more questions from the press?
Films have been made in your language, feature films. Till date.
That is difficult to answer, but in terms of celluloid films, we've made celluloid films from 1972 to around 2001-2, and we have 67 celluloid feature films, and another 20 odd non-features, documentary included, and short film included. But in terms of right now, we are into low-cost video, digital filmmaking. And every year we produce 40 to 50 feature films. I'm not talking about non-features.
Is there questions from any one of the press members? So.
Yeah, my question is to all the directors and filmmakers on the dais. So as we celebrate 50 years of Manipuri cinema, first of all, it's our privilege also to have you here, and we congratulate you as you are presented, your films are presented here, and we hope to learn more of your culture and have better understanding nationally and internationally, as you said. So I would like to ask, over these 50 years, what are some features about the Manipuri cinema which has stayed the same, which has not weathered the changes of time?
Sunzu sir would like to answer on that.
You are talking about throughout the filmmaking, what has not changed, is it? Or which film?
Yeah.
Do you want to know which film is the best film for you to watch, or what is? I'm a little confused.
I mean, you are free to answer that also, but basically my question was, normally we speak about things which have changed over the years. I'm interested in knowing what has not changed, which has remained the same.
In our films?
Yeah, in the films and in the film fraternity, in the industry, and in the way people receive the films. It can be anything.
Actually, we adopted cinema as a medium to showcase our culture and our way of life, and to project our identity to the world. And we have used this medium to do that. And the films that get global attention are those films that we make on our identity, on our way of life, on the nuanced society that we have, which is unique. So for cinema, for Manipuri cinema to be recognized, and only those films which are unique to our culture, who talks about our identity, which talks about our culture, are the ones that get noticed, and that has not changed, because the first film that put Manipuri cinema on the global map is Imaginingke, and that film was the first Indian film to win a Grand Prix award at Nantes for the Indian cinema I'm talking about. So that film also talks about Manipuri way of life, Manipuri culture, Manipuri identity, and amongst the global acclaimed films, first being Matamigi Manipur, that got global attention, and coming back to now contemporary, Loktak Larimbi and even Look at the Sky is some of the films, short and long films, that has got global attention. Look at the Sky, you've heard Ashok say that it talks about how election is practiced in the hills of Manipur, where the community is so strong that individual freedom is sometimes or mostly sacrificed. And even Loktak Laimbi talks about the Manipuri way of life, about how gun has crept into our psychic and things like that. So when you make films about your identity, about your culture, about your thoughts, and project it and tell the stories, your own stories, to the world, that will get global attention. That has not changed for me. And amongst the package that Manipuri cinema has produced, rich repertory, I would say the most critically acclaimed film is ISHANOU. ISHANOU talks about a unique culture, tradition of Manipur, which is, I think, is a very powerful film, but that was opening film yesterday. So I think, you have anything to add?
I'm very happy to say that we have with us the director of RATAN THIYAM, the Shri Oken Amakcham sir, with us. He has just arrived. Sir, would you like to join us on the dais? And the actor of the ISHANOU movie, the opening film of the feature film, the actor has also come and joined with us. Okay, sir, can we please have you on the dais, please, so that you can interact with the press? Any more questions from the media? Would you like to ask anything about the celebration of Golden Jubilee of Manipuri cinema?
Yeah, just can I add something?
Yes,
Yeah.
sure.
So actually, like I said, Manipur is we are there's a very small Manipuri speaking population. We have a very limited size of audience. So we have to adopt low budget filmmaking, and one of the highlight of our contribution, Manipur cinema's contribution to Indian film or low cost filmmaking in India, is that director of film festival, which conducts national film awards and also Indian film Indian panorama selection, they used to only accept celluloid productions like 16mm and 35mm. So when we have stopped adopting this high cost film production and adopted this low cost video, digital video technology to make our films. So we felt left out, because when our films are not eligible to enter into competition for national awards and Indian panorama. So in 2008, I think? 2009. Or 2009, one of the film producer and together with Film Forum Manipur, which is the apex film body of Manipur, made a petition to director of film festival that you should include video films and make them eligible for competing for the prestigious national award. So the director of film festival accepted our reasoning, and from that year, video films were allowed to compete for national award or for eligible for Indian panorama selection. So in 2010, we one of the film that has that and was entered for Panorama selection, Fiziki Money, which is included in the package, was selected as a video film, video feature film. So I think that is one major contribution that we contribute to Indian cinema, low-cost filmmaking in India.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving us such insight into the world of Manipuri cinema, the celebration of 60 years and the challenges that has been faced by the Manipuri cinema since years. I hope and congratulate all of you. So with your due permission, I would like to end this press conference. Okay, sir, you have another question.
You said you have very limited audience, but almost all the regional films have the same problem. And even the South Indians, they, although they have large number of audience, they, just dub their films, Kannada, Tamil, Telugu films in Hindi, and they show, and they became big hit. You must be knowing some examples like Pushpa, like film. Pushpa made a history. This is one of the examples. There are lot many other movies like Kantara. These are they become big hit after they were dubbed in Hindi. So do you have any plans of doing this experiment of dubbing in Hindi or some other language?
Okay, thank you for your question. I think there's no need for dubbing any now. I think in the OTT era or where regional cinema is most sought after, I think in terms of audience, if you make global cinema, because when you're making cinema for your local consumption, or you have to decide whether you're making cinema for local consumption or for global market. If you're making cinema for global market, language is no barrier, I think. I think people throughout the world would like to see not only English-speaking or Hindi-speaking cinema, but any cinema that talks about the crux issue of human existence, human relation, and identity, culture, and things. So I don't think there is a need for dubbing. But there recently there was an inauguration that I was invited to take part. One local firm has set up a dubbing this avenue that you're talking about. This experiment that they are dubbing, not they are dubbing foreign language films into Manipuri and showing it to in our local market.
Thank you so much for this answer, sir. So we have another session of press conference holding for us. Thank you each and everyone for coming here and interacting with the film personalities of Manipuri cinema.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.